Welcome to the third video of the module titled Objectives and Principles of School Counseling. This video deals with the principles of guiding the process of school counseling. Moreover, the video also lists the roles and responsibilities of a school counselor in accordance with the objectives dealt in the first video, learning objectives. At the end of this video, you will be able to know the job description, role and functions of a school counselor, comprehend the principles of school counseling, the job description of a school counselor. With these objectives in mind, the exact job description of the school counselors does not remain static. It changes from day to day depending on the current trends and needs of the students. Moreover, the counselor's role is multifaceted and multitasked. They do take part in academics and certain other administrative duties as other teachers do. On the other hand, the specific job description of school counselors are shown to you. First is counseling and guiding students in crisis. Second, facilitating students to learn general coping skills to overcome stress, anxiety, and depression. The third one is helping students to deal with psychological and performance issues. Fourth is consolidating and analyzing the school data for providing pertinent information to the school authorities. Fifth is acting as a bridge between the school administrators and students in helping the administrator understand the basic needs of the students. Then comes providing counseling related to excessive absenteeism and academic concerns. Then it is about the administering and interpreting the achievement level of the student with his or her cognitive level, learning style through certain standardized tests. And then it's also about the suggesting suitable school attire, consulting with the teachers on classroom management techniques and pedagogical strategies for effective learning, exposing the students for career and ease the college transition, providing an awareness of possible choice of career based on the interest and needs of the students' needs, interest, and desires. Now let us move on to the principles of school counseling. The process of school counseling is guided by a few principles as projected to you. The first one is that school counseling is intensely committed to self-direction and self-realization of the student. The second principle is that school counseling is a process that develops an insight and understanding of the relationship between self and environment. The third principle is that school counseling is a structured learning situation. Fourth is that the methods of school counseling vary with the students' needs and issues. Fifth principle is that the school counseling process is a preventive as well as a remedial process. Sixth principle is that the school counseling is voluntary for students rather than making it compulsory. The seventh is that the school counseling is to foster the ability of students in actively using self-reflection as a learning tool. The eighth principle is that the school counseling is a process that respects the worth, rights, and dignity of every individual. With these principles guiding the process of school counseling, certain components to be incorporated in designing a comprehensive school counseling program for its effectiveness is shown to you now. The school counseling program should be designed to cater to the developmental and adjustmental needs of the students. The program should focus on the holistic development of students. The program should be put in action with the realization that the development is a continuous and ongoing process. And it should be individually tailored with an understanding that every individual is different. The program should be a process that continues throughout the school education. And school counseling should be done by trained counseling professionals to ensure effective implementation and successful outcomes. The process of school counseling should be culturally relevant and individually appropriate. The program can be effectively implemented with the support and understanding of the teachers and the administrators. And it should also provide evidence of accomplishment and its value in the life of the individuals. Hence, follow-up is a very much needed phase of school counseling. Then comes the counselor himself or herself should act as a role model of positive behavior. The school counselor, if needed, should not be apprehensive to share concerns with other psychologists, social workers, teachers, and administrators. And more important, the counselor should work in collaboration with students, their families, the teachers, and the community at large. Now let us look into the roles and functions of the school counselor. In general, the roles and responsibilities of a school counselor is projected to you. One is to provide individual counseling, either as a remedial or preventive measure. Second is to design, organize, implement group counseling, which should be followed by conducting classroom guidance activities, piloting career guidance activities, administering and interpreting of standardized tests and procedures, conducting non-standardized assessment utilizing case studies, interviews, questionnaires, and observation, need assessment to define the significant needs of the target students, organizing sessions for consultation with teachers, administrators, parents, and other stakeholders, providing educational and vocational guidance that includes details of available freeships, scholarship, choice of higher education suitable to the student's aptitude and interest, scheduling activities and classes, etc. They should get involved in prevention planning. Also, they should get involved in the developmental and administrative duties of the school. To sum up the whole module on the objectives and principles of school counseling, the content in 3 videos had given you a clear implication of why school counseling is important today and how can it address the rapidly changing societal complexity. It had also projected the objectives of school counseling in 3 major areas, namely academic development, personal and social adjustments, and vocational maturity. The standards to be set and the yardstick of measuring the outcomes of the process is also dealt with. Later section of the module gives you an in-depth understanding of the principles guiding the process of school counseling for the set 3 dimensions of objectives. Also, the module elaborates on the job description, role, and functions of a school counselor in brief. Hoping to meet you in the next module that focuses on the developmental needs and counselor's tasks pertinent to the different levels of schooling as in existing in India. Bye. Thank you.